You're listening to the Packernet Podcast Network.
Você que está ouvindo o seu podcast e curte fazer um bom negócio, vai aí uma dica imperdível. A nova Chevrolet S10 está na sua melhor versão, bruta e macia ao mesmo tempo. De um lado, toda a força e potência de uma picape bruta, invocada e conectada. Do outro, todo o conforto que só a nova suspensão proporciona, muito mais macia e silenciosa, deixando suas viagens ainda mais confortáveis. É a nova S10 que você conhece e confia, ainda mais bruta. Brutalmente macia. Acesse chevrolet.com.br para saber mais.
You feel this nervousness on the phone there?
Sir, I've been trying to make an urgent phone call up there.
I don't think it's something I want to do on an overseas phone.
You gotta make some phone calls. Hang up the phone. Prank caller. Prank caller.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to Packernet After Dark. This is the call-in show of the Packernet Podcast Network. If you'd like to call in, if you'd like to participate in the show, please feel free to do so. The phone number here is 608-501-0718. New callers go directly to the front of the line. We don't have any new callers, so why don't we just go ahead and get started with, what should we do here? We'll do Aaron.
Hey, Ryan, this is Aaron. I completely forgot. Oh, yeah. So I'm calling because I was going to give my review of Trap first, and then at the end of this call, I'm going to give you my predictions for the upcoming season.
All right,
for the record.
Pull that
other
up.
people are doing that already. So I saw Trap. It was kind of awful. And when I say kind of awful, I mean it was really not good. I don't recommend seeing it.
Okay. Makes that easy.
Like, it was a really interesting, perspective on things. It was like the M. Night Shyamalan twist was at the beginning of the movie.
Oh.
Kinda.
It's odd.
And, because it is an M. Night Shyamalan movie.
Okay.
So it was really good, but, I mean, it was worth seeing, I guess, if you're kind of, like Josh Hartnett movies back in the day.
I don't know what that is.
But, other than that, I wouldn't really give it much of a chance. Like, it was cool. I don't want to give away the twist of what it is, but
right.
the perspective of where the movie, the perspective of the movie is kind of interesting.
Right.
Other than that, and Josh Hartnett, it's not really worth the time. Anyways, so I'm going to plan on, hopefully in the next 2 days, seeing the other two movies I was wanting to see. Or not. I don't know. But anyways, so here is my record prediction of the season. I'm just going to go ahead and do this. We are going 16-1.
Oh, dang. Dang.
I haven't really looked at the schedule much, honestly. I know that we play games, and we're the best. We're going to be the best team in the league.
Don't even need to look.
16-1 is solid. I think that anyone would be happy with that. I have no reason why I'm saying that. I just kind of pulled that number out of my bag of tricks. So, yeah. Anyways, have a good night. I'm driving home from Wisconsin, so that's good. Okay, bye.
Yeah, I mean, when the team's that good, what's the point of even looking at it? You know what I mean? It just doesn't matter who's on the schedule. Just gotta steamroll them. Aside from that one game, kind of like 2011, there's just that one fluke game like the Chiefs, where it's like, well, they suck, but you'll lose to them. It's just a thing. So that puts you clear in the lead. Drew D's at 14. We got a bunch of I had a bunch of these get filled out on the live stream. By the way, tomorrow or Saturday, whenever you're listening to this, we are going to be doing a live stream for the Packer game, 1 o'clock Central Time, I believe, according to the robots. Either way, be sure to check that out. And I have not confirmed it, but the way that we've been doing this is Clayton and the crew do a pregame and postgame. So you got a pregame show. Then you got me and the boy doing a during the game stream, and then you'll have to jump back on for a post-game show. So we got you all day. So that'll be cool. But anyways, yeah, I got a bunch of new people on there for predictions and whatnot. But the lowest right now is 10 wins, and that is from Brambo, who also had the lowest, almost lowest last year. Jeff in Minneapolis was lower. Appreciate the movie review. I fell asleep, so I didn't finish it. We started watching Inside Out 2. I really am a fan of Inside Out, and so I was excited to watch Inside Out 2, but I fell asleep, so probably good. I don't know.
Hey, Ryan, Trevor, Virginia.
Hey.
I'm a little behind on podcasts, so maybe somebody already got to this, but I think a key point you're missing on the men's basketball Olympics is that the NBA is not America. Many of the NBA players play for their home countries, so they play for other countries. So an NBA is a game where like you really only need one player, right? Like the whole team doesn't really matter that much. You just need one player, maybe two, that can really take over a game. And the country we went up against in the finals, I forget who it was, but I know the one player on the team is like one of the best players in the NBA. So you're not playing as like that country's best for like whatever their home league is. It's NBA players on these other countries. So I still think we should have won by more than a point probably, but I don't know. Just thought I'd point that out. Go back, go.
So basically, it's NBA players versus NBA players. So the basketball Olympics is just like the NBA. Dope. Okie doke. Well, interesting. Good to know. Learn something new every day.
Hey, Ryan. TJ from Alabama.
What's up?
Doing a little bit of yard work and then listening to the pod. And
all right.
Just figured as I was hearing you talk, I wanted to go ahead and test your Michael Pratt love.
Oh, no.
And so let's for instance, say Clifford kind of continues to do what he's doing. You know, plays okay, throws picks, whatever. Not god-awful, but not good. Pratt continues to just be rock solid. Practice is good. Preseason game's good. You know, everything's looking really, really solid for Michael Pratt. Obviously, we got Jordan Love. So what would it take? What would you be like, hey, I would do it? Testing your Michael Pratt love. What draft pick? Somebody calls up the Packers. Vikings call up the Packers and say, we want Michael Pratt. We really liked him. We were foolish not to draft him. We want him. He's been great. We'll give you 6th, 5th, 4th, 3rd. Where does it have to be on your Pratt love scale to be able to pull that trigger that says, yeah, I would do it? Michael Pratt plays well. Clifford is mediocre. Vikings call the Packers, offer a draft pick for Pratt. What will it take? That's it. Thanks. Bye.
It's a good question. My mind immediately went to a 4th. I know people are going to be mad at that, but look, I mean, what if he becomes like best? I don't want to say best case scenario. Like, what was the best return we ever got for flipping a quarterback? And then assume that there's like a 5% chance that that's going to happen. We spent a 7th on him. If you can turn a 7th into a 4th in a matter of like a month of training camp, I would say that's pretty good work. I would guess they would do it for less than that if somebody called with a 5th. We know it wouldn't be a 7th. That doesn't make any sense. Plus, he's really showing some promise. I'm going to stick with 4th, I think. Plus, you got to remember, I think like most Packer fans, I like 4ths. Somebody would have said, like, well, what about a 3rd? It's like, nah, I'll take the 4th. It's fine. Which is really stupid, but it's just the way that my brain works. So, yeah, for me, if somebody called me and said, would you take a 5th, I would say no. I'll take the upside of a potential solid backup and, additional draft capital from him as opposed to a 5th, even though it is a really solid flip for having not even gotten to the regular season of the draft. I would go with a 4th.
Actors that would have been a better choice to play John Madden. John Candy, Chris Farley, Rosie O'Donnell,
sure,
John Goodman.
Yeah, a couple of those guys are dead, but potentially could still pull it off. Rosie O'Donnell would be fantastic. John Goodman, I like that. Or John Candy, either way.
Yo, Brian.
Yo.
It's your uncle, Rico.
What's going on?
Hey, I'm calling in with my prediction, my season prediction.
Let's do it.
I'm going with, you know how when you pick a number, somebody says pick a number between 1 and 10 or 1 and 100, and then the closer wins. Like if you pick 70 and the number's 100, and the other guy picks, like 68, then you win. You know what I mean?
Sure.
I'm picking 100. We're going to win all the games. Just put me down for all the games, Ryan, because it's going to be a lot closer than winning none of the games. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Uncle Rico predicts 17-0.
Well, I thought we just did something special a minute ago when we had 16, and Uncle Rico wants to come in and steal Aaron's thunder just like that. Just gonna come walking in here and stealing all the thunder. All right, let's take our first break. We got Nico, 2 from Nico coming up, so we'll take a break. We'll get to that in just a moment. We'll be right back.
Ryan, how the heck are you doing? This
Hey there.
is Nico
What's
from
up?
Idaho.
Nico from Idaho.
I guess we're doing the picks, how many wins and losses we're having. So
yeah.
I believe last year I did 10 because
did.
I think the year before we had 9. And a part of me was optimistic and thinking we could at least get one more win than that. And we kind of didn't. But I'm going to be similar to this year. But I think we'll be a little better than this year. So I'm going to say 11. And I'm going to put that as the floor. Obviously, barring injury, blah, blah, blah. That's without standing. And that's what I'm going to shoot for. So let's hope I'm wrong and we have 14 wins. If I was a total fanboy, I'd say 14. But I'm not going to fanboy too much. And then I'll say this. So my sister-in-law, she had a little bit of her husband passed away a month and a half ago. So last month my wife flew down. I'm in Florida right now. Last month my wife flew down here and she said, we need to go visit my sister next month in August. And I'm all, yeah, August. What a great time to go to Pensacola. Just so you know, it's hot. You know, I mean, I lived here for 10 years, so I remember it. And where I live now, you know, we get like 109, 110 in the hot parts of the summer. But, oh my gosh, it's so much hotter down here. It's only like 99 degrees, 99% humidity. But that stuff don't play. I actually had a customer in my shop when we were in like 109 last month up in Boise. And he said, I wish it was more humid, then it wouldn't feel as hot. And I said, you're a psychopath, because nobody on the planet said that. I think the devil doesn't even hang around here in the summer months, because he's like, man, it's too hot there in the Gulf Coast when it's August. Oh, I just went into a Piggly Wiggly to get some cilantro and making my sister-in-law some tacos. And I had to buy her a smoker. Thank God for Facebook Marketplace. It was raining when I went into Piggly Wiggly. Yes, it's called Piggly Wiggly for those of you who are from the South or the Midwest. When I come out, it was sunny. Oh my gosh, it was like hotter and humider. Oh, so I almost had a mental breakdown just walking to my car. So I'm going to say 11 wins. And as far as them not looking, good during, I'm going to call you back, bro.
Part 2.
Yeah, as far as them not looking good against Denver, I could care less. I just don't want no one to get hurt. That's just really situational stuff where I think more benefits coaches on maybe who to move around and see who can think. I don't know. Because I believe in a game situation, we dog walk the Broncos. Sure, I would rather them just throw 80 touchdowns in a row, but I don't think that's realistic. And also, I don't want them to get too much of a big head. I want them to know that this NFL stuff is a struggle, you know. Gosh, you know, you could win the Super Bowl and then a week later play, you know, Carolina and have a hard time beating them because this game is freaking hard, man. So, yeah, I'm not too worried about that. I just don't want no one to get injured. That's all that really matters. And oh my Lord, it's hot. Golly. Anyways, here's to a good season coming up. I mean, back out of this parking lot, I tell you what, I know Clayton's from the South, although maybe not far south as here. I love the South. Trust me. The food's amazing. I've gained like 10 pounds since I've been here. Oh, go ahead, sir. Here. Yeah, you're good. Food's amazing. There's like all-you-can-eat barbecue places and all-you-can-eat catfish, fried catfish. Oh, but the people sure are funny. I don't know if that'll get you canceled. If it does, I'm sorry. But they are funny. And yes, when I get down there, my southern accent kind of rears its head, and I start talking like I'm from Alabama, but I can't help it. And I drink a lot of sweet tea. Anyways, I'm rambling at this point just because I got a minute left. I'm just afraid of opening my door and stepping out in the freaking humidity. But yeah, I think we'll be good. Like I said, that 11 wins to me is a floor. I think they get rolling and people don't get injured. People's name rhyme with Winston Watson. If that fool can stay healthy, he just changes our offense. And I think we could go on a run and tear the NFL up. So, what is it here? I'm trying to turn. Redneck job. Funny down here. But anyways, it stinks. Go Pack Go.
Well, I know what you mean as far as the accent thing. That definitely rears its, at least for me. I don't know if it does for everybody, but for me and you, for sure. I was looking at some temperatures here because I was just curious with humidity, because I know there's a lot of like deserts that have the dry heat. So I said, you know, talking to the robot, which places taking into account humidity are the hottest? And, you know, Gulf Coast and Florida are on the list, getting up to, you know, Gulf Coast 115-ish, you know, with the heat index. However, check this out. So there is Thailand, gets up to like 104-ish, you know, in that range. Then you have Persian Gulf, which is Kuwait, Qatar, UAE region. Temperatures can get to 113, not including humidity, which is high due to being on the Gulf. It can exceed 140 degrees there. But wait, it gets hotter. In the coastal areas around Iran, particularly Bandar Mashar, it can get to 113 to 122 degrees and is extremely humid due to the location on the Persian Gulf and has been recorded at 165 degrees. The winter, however, is Dhahran, Saudi Arabia, where temperatures can get to 122 degrees with high humidity, and they have recorded temperatures as high as 178 degrees. Now, it does list the Persian Gulf as being the hottest. I'm guessing that's the hottest most regularly, whereas Dhahran has the actual hottest recorded temperature, but that's crazy. You're getting temperatures of 120, 30, 40 semi-regularly. And then Dhahran, Saudi Arabia, I mean, no wonder they wear what they wear. It's just like a light cloth. Like, I'm just wearing this light cloth all the time. Like, I need that breeze, bro. It's just, whatever I'm wearing, it's just got to breathe. But hope you enjoy your trip, and completely good with your record prediction coming through. 11 wins, I think, would be a successful, at least a successful start to the season.
Caleb, this is Wayne from Illinois.
Hey.
Caleb Williams is chocolate sauce. He's strawberry sauce. Oh, man, I am just dying. Ryan, you have a new all-time high classic. Well done, young man. Go back up.
I didn't think of it as being a classic line. I was just trying to find a way to get my thoughts out into the world so people can understand it. And I'm glad you appreciated it, because as I'm saying it, I'm just thinking, you're such an idiot. You're so stupid. Everybody hates you.
Hey, Ryan, it's Lance Mellanoy again. I called in while I'm out on my walk. You made it really enjoyable with your Caleb Williams rant. I appreciate it. Unfortunately, somebody somewhere is going to spin that chocolate sauce as being racial. So it's
I didn't even
Caleb
think of that.
strawberry jam sauce Williams. There. I like that too. Go back up.
It's one of the scary things about being somebody that's not a racist is you say stuff and you don't even think about what you're saying because you just don't care, because you're not worried about it. And you're just stepping on landmines constantly. Like, that's racist! Like, it. Oh, yeah, no, I didn't shoot, yeah. I didn't mean it like that, but that doesn't matter, does it? No, not today it doesn't. Doesn't matter what you meant, just matters how somebody took it, so. Good call on that. Good thing I leaned more into the cherry. I think I emphasized the cherries a lot more than the chocolate sauce. You know what I mean? Whatever. I could have just said nail polish. Whatever. I don't care. Beep boop bop beep beep boop. Let's go with Daniel from California.
Hey Ryan, Daniel from California.
What's up?
I remember in the past you quantified the defensive performance and offensive performance. I think you used EPA or DVOA. I don't remember which, but you were quantifying probably 2021, just like how good is that team, like how is it our year, blah, 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 right? But let's just say our DVOA with Halfley gets us to number 10, and our offensive DVOA, let's just say it stays the same, right? Where does that fall versus other teams? I don't know if that's a quick exercise. I don't know if you wanted to make an episode out of it, but that's just a thought I had. Let me know what you're thinking. Go Paco.
No, that's a good idea. It's something that I would just look up real quick, but yeah, I am going to have to kind of put together some of the other years. So that'll take me a little bit of time. So let's see. Yeah, well, we'll have time. Next week will be a good time if I don't forget about it. I think because the plan has to be, obviously tomorrow is the game. Sunday we'll have to talk about the game, I suppose. And then by Monday we have to do 53 stuff. So that'll be the plan for Shees. Then we got cut downs to talk about and all that. I think that's on Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken. Usually everything's on Tuesday with the NFL, all the official dates. Tuesday at, 5 o'clock or something, 3 o'clock they always do. Anyways, we'll sneak it in there if I don't forget, which I probably will. So I should have to make a note of it. We'll see if I end up doing that. Hey, Ron, what's up, Mike?
Hey, Ryan, it's Ron from Eau Claire. I'm just calling to follow up on the preseason game and then some of the comments you had about Caleb Williams.
Okay. Don't tell me you're mad about chocolate sauce.
Another thought is I used to read some of the blogs and stuff on Packers.com.
Yeah.
Haven't really done that in a long time because I've just found better or more interesting coverage. But I guess I used to see the thought posted a lot that the preseason is mainly for evaluation. So just have to remember that with these games in the preseason, they're putting these second and third stringers out there and just trying to evaluate who the best players for their roster are.
Sure.
And again, like you mentioned in recent podcasts after the game, the goal of the preseason is not really to win every game. Obviously, everyone feels better if their players are playing well out there, but in a way, it doesn't really have that much of a bearing on the team at all because It's more just for evaluation. So just something to keep in mind. That's what I enjoy about it too. Like if you just take that as your perspective, then you don't have to worry if the team isn't playing well. You're just kind of going, yep, this is just, it's another game entirely. And then the other thing is, you were talking about Caleb Williams, the whole Bears thing where, like, they'll get these players that are capable of making these wow plays, and then, everyone's like, oh, that's their ceiling or whatever. And you were just saying that, the position of quarterback is about something completely different than that. And it got me thinking. I've been learning golf the last few years. I'm a new golfer, but one thing that really stands out to me is there's like the whole thing of like how far can you hit the ball, and you can make, there's certain people that can really hit it far.
Yep.
And it kind of it's very impressive, but then on the actual golf course when you're trying to score, it's a completely different game. Here, I'm going to call back in.
Yeah, well, golf is a heck of a sport. It's one of the more, when you play it, and I don't play it a lot, and I haven't played it in a long time, but there was a period of time, I know my grandpa and I would go out. There was a little par 3 place we'd go to and hit golf balls once in a while, and you really want to admire somebody's skill, go play golf. And it's like, man, these guys are unbelievable how good they are. It's absolutely crazy. But sorry, go ahead.
All right, just finish my thought. But yeah, with golf, you could be a really long hitter but not be able to score, because the whole idea of scoring has to do with how you handle the actual constraints of the game. You could hit it super, super far, but then you could struggle to putt it in, or you could struggle to chip it onto the green, or you could, putt in 4 strokes. So it's kind of like that, where I feel like someone like Jordan Love was that guy who was capable of all these wild throws and all this stuff, but was probably kind of like more of a unpolished player coming out of college. Which is why, it was really, really smart of the Packers to grab him while it was still time to develop. And I think a team like the Bears, or a lot of teams out there that just don't have the same philosophy as the Packers, of the same patience, the same history of success, I think they're just more desperate to get that quarterback that they don't have the patience to develop them, and maybe they don't even have the situation to develop them, which is why maybe teams like that. I don't know. Like if you were a general manager on a team like the Bears, what would you do? It's easy to say the Packers are doing it right and the Bears are doing it wrong, but the Packers also have had the luxury of some really good quarterbacks already, and then that helps them to have future success in the next generation, although it still takes their philosophy to like do the gutsy thing, draft Jordan Love early and piss a bunch of people off, and then develop him. But what would you do if you were the Bears or a team that's quarterback, starved? How would you handle that? Would you, try to build all the pieces around the team first until the perfect quarterback prospect comes along, and just be patient? Would you get a medium caliber quarterback, try to draft around them, and then see if you can acquire somebody at the star level? I'm not sure what the best way out of that would be. Anyways, but I'd love to hear what you would do. So let's hear general manager.
Just got cut off there, but I mean, it is a good question, because I mean, you'd get crucified if you didn't play Caleb. There's no doubt about it. But I think it's been, listen, and I know the general manager hasn't been there for the entire 100-plus year history and all that. He's there for a brief period of time and whatnot. Sorry for the interruption. But you have to have the conviction to be able to say, look, guys, if he's ready, we'll play. I mean, I'm not going to pretend that there aren't some guys that are just ready to play. But even if we look at Caleb and we're like, he's at like 70%, he's not going to play. Dude, we can't mess this up. And I hope they do. Believe me, I hope they do. But if you're the GM, you have to get this right. Take the beating. If he's not ready, you're one. And it's not that hard of a sales pitch. Like, look, Bears fans, we've watched other teams do this, and we've done it wrong a lot. We've watched teams do it the right way. If Jordan Love can sit for 3 years and turn into that, what is this guy going to turn into with a year? Just a year to sit and learn, and then go out and get some kind of a vet and put him in and do whatever. I'm not saying that has to happen. If he's ready, he can play. And maybe he'll play mid-season, but at least give yourself the option to put a veteran out in front and carry the mantle. So, yeah, dude, I mean, if you mess this up, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Listen, we've seen what Caleb can do, right? It's very similar to Jordan Love, where you look at the upside and you go, holy crap. It's just a matter of, can you make a quarterback out of the guy? Sit him down. Find somebody. You missed the window on Rodgers, and he wouldn't have gone there anyways. There's got to be somebody. Go get Cousins. See if he'll come back to Chicago. You should have picked up Cousins, is what you should have done. Find anybody. Go out and see how much Tom Brady wants to not have to do that job. Come take... these ones? No, not those. I don't know. But, they're in the situation that they're in. He's probably talented enough to be able to play. I don't know. We'll see. I'm just saying, if they mess this up, good Lord. Why don't we take a break? We'll hear from Steve in Alaska.
Hey, Ryan. Steve up in Alaska.
Hey.
Getting ready to start the day. I had some free time, so I went and walked down by the river to help ease the mind before I got to go start dealing with the general public.
Okay.
It's a clear day. You can see Denali from here. It's all snowed up and white because it's that way all year long. But wanted to call in because I'm listening to I'm listening to everybody with this whole preseason game and I don't want to say crying and whining because it's not quite what it is, but the despondent attitude. You know what gets me is everybody all year long, other than during the preseason games, complains that preseason games are pointless. There's no use to them. They don't matter. They don't even really plays anybody. Who even cares? And might as well just get rid of them. And then we play a preseason game, and it doesn't look good, and everybody just loses their freaking mind and starts freaking out that we're just this terrible team and nothing mad. Oh, my gosh, we're going to lose so bad because nobody's any good. You spoke it well, even though you're sick. I hope you're feeling better. We don't know what exactly the plan was, okay? They might have gone into that game specifically wanting to try something they wouldn't normally do in a regular season game because they're testing something. And so they're going to continue to do it, even though it wouldn't be the best for winning, but it's testing this theory out, this idea out, this process out. I don't think anybody seems to remember that when Peyton Manning was with the Colts, they were like trash in the preseason. Every year they'd go 0-4 and then come out and win the first 10, 11, 12 games of the season. Mm-hmm. Start the season out with a perfect record. So everybody just needs to calm down. This is just to look at players and look at what they can do, what they can't do, what certain situations look like. And you don't have to worry about the score. You don't have to worry about the outcome. It's just about looking at the process, and especially looking at players that we hope don't ever really play, because you need to know if they can or not. So that's my thing on it. So I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna go back to putting myself in my little zen bit here. I got to go back and deal with tourists. Yeah. But hope everybody's doing well. Go Pack. Can't wait. Next game that we play, I believe, is a live game, and it matters. So I hope we're all doing well. Pedro, good luck, man. Hope it's a good game.
Yeah, you're right, and it's not a rational thing, and I have to assume everybody knows that. I feel like it's emotional, and then we rationalize the emotional. When we're not in this period, right? In other words, let's come back to this in November. How many people are thinking, bro, that preseason game, think how much that's... It was a preseason game, right? Everybody knows, like, anytime you try to use a preseason game in any way substantively, it doesn't matter. The only thing people really debate about the preseason games is, should starters do it, because you might get off to a little bit of a slower start if they're not prepared, if they haven't done anything to any kind of games or anything like that. Maybe they'll get off to a slow start. It's not about bad team necessarily. But I think, again, we use it to rationalize. We look at it and go, oh, no, we're a bad team. But what if it means that we're bad? What if it means this, that, or the other? But we know that there's no correlation. We understand these things. We've been watching long enough to know that. We're upset, and we're looking for a reason to rationalize our level of being upset.
The Bears have announced the first 3 corporations that are interested in investing in their team. You know, I've heard you had been talking about this a few times, Ryan, about it, and I'm not a big fan of it either, but I thought you'd be interested in these first 3 announcements. So Chicago has announced that Chuck E. Cheese, Blockbuster, and Radio Shack have at least expressed some interest in buying 10% of the team.
Okay.
So there you go.
But to be honest, that is somewhat believable. Because nobody else would touch this freaking team with a 10-foot pole. I still want to know where they're going to be located. I don't even know. Are they moving? Are they staying? They have to make decisions for 2025, right? Is it going to be in a new stadium in Chicago, or are you moving? What are you doing? I don't know. Nobody knows. But Nate, what you got going on, man?
You're right, it's Nate. Oh, just wanted to call this way. Oh, Jesus. Because I had a morning thought, and I'm wondering if you have the ability to answer a question. I don't know if SIF has this or any of these subscriptions that you have might be able to answer this, but I was curious, obviously, kind of for the whole preseason, but mostly for the last game, since it was so bad for basically the whole team. I was kind of wondering, like, is there a way to check specific grades or numbers on a player depending on who they were going against? Like, I know that you can do it. You know, it's a big thing for the draft of you know, checking like how their strength of schedule was, or you know, I know you can do strength of schedule in certain capacities, but can you do it for individuals? So like our like second, third, whatever string guys, when they were going against the first stringer guys, was there anybody who stood out when they still had their starters in? I guess is my question. And I don't know if you have anything that can answer that question, but I was just curious. Go Pack, go.
I had several thoughts, but when you clarify it, I don't think they actually work. So PFF does allow you to look. The grades don't actually change, though. You get the overall grades. So, for example, I can see the matchups. So, beep boop ba boop. Get down to our wide receivers, please. So I can see like Patrick Surtain. His only one-on-one was against, I mean, not his only rep, but the only time he was targeted was against Malik Heath, and Malik Heath caught it 1 target, 1 reception, 6 yards, right? Stuff like that. I can see the statistics of this guy versus this guy, but it's not necessarily grades. It just gives you their overall grade. DVOA, there's something, but it's more about team defense against 1s, 2s, and 3s. Long story short, I don't think so. I don't think that there's anything that necessarily will do what you're looking for. And I kind of wish PFF did rather than just when there's targets, every single snap. So who is lined up against who for all snaps, so I can see.
I need help washing my hands.
Ask one of the kids, please. Kids are starting to crack up a little bit. I'm not going to be able to get much more going here. I don't think that there's going to be anything for that specifically. I'll have to think, I guess, but I don't think that there is. You know what? Actually, there's one new tool that we have, which is NFL's Pro thing. Oh boy, wait a minute. So I can pick a player and I can pick a defense. I don't know. I could have swore there was a thing where I could pick a specific defensive player. I could swear that was a thing, but I don't see that either. But anyways, no, I don't really think so. Not specifically what you're looking for. We can get close, but not quite get exactly there, unfortunately. Not yet. Oh, see, when I put in Jordan Love, I can put in a defender. And I think it's just any time that person's on the field. I couldn't do it for Watson, though. Maybe it's just a quarterback thing. All right, folks, I'm going to wrap it up here because the kids are getting restless, right, Brinley?
Who are you talking to?
I'm talking to Packer fans.
Who's Packer fans?
People that like the Packers, like me and Cullen do, and you do. You love the Packers, right?
Yeah.
Good girl. All right, me and Brinley are going to go to bed. What do you think? Should we go to bed?
Yeah.
All right, we're going to go to bed.
It's going to be great.
It's going to be great. All right, say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
All right, goodbye.